Yo, what's up, guys? I just had an insane ladder game and I wanted to post it. So, I'm basically one game away from hitting diamond and I'm praying to the gods to get a red purple mirror match since my win rate in that matchup is insane. I queue up and I'm recording this game, of course. So, while waiting for an opponent who is worthy of becoming my stepping stone to diamond, I let my buddy know that I might be on the verge of ranking up. He, of course, has supportive words of encouragement for this promotion game of mine, and I'm just like, please, give me more red-purple mirror matchups. Our hand's okay. We're gonna keep one magic mirror, because we're a little greedy like that. Keep an Aladdin and a Maui, and do some more praying, I guess. We're always rooting for a Tibbs or a Gaston in our opening hand. I pick up a Baby Elsa, which is okay, a Goofy, and two Uninkables, which was not what we were looking for. But this hand would be a great hand against Red Purple Mirror, since we have a Magic Mirror in our starting hand. He inks a Jafar, and plays Archimedes. And I'm ecstatic, because I love the mirror matchup. So, of course, Maui is just really bad in the mirror. You're gonna ink all your Gastons and all your Mauis. So I go ahead and ink him, and I'm loving my life right now. Red Purple control should not play Archimedes turn 1, and should just ship him into the inkwell at some point. My opponent quests, and before I see a second ink, I just start bragging to my buddy that I actually got the Red Purple mirror matchup. I'm basically like, bro, I got this in the bag. Oh, by the way, this video is sponsored by our premature celebration, where nothing ever goes wrong. So I have no idea what card he inked turn 2, but it doesn't matter, because we're going to be winning this game to get the diamond. He doesn't even have a turn 2 mirror, so we're just going to pull way ahead in the match. I ink Baby Elsa, and I play my mirror, and I say go. He inks Mickey turn 3, and I'm just like, is this guy out of his mind? You need that card in the mirror to have a chance. He plays Maleficent and quests, and all I have to do now is just not die to his early aggression if he's going to take a super aggressive approach. I ink a dragon, I play Aladdin, and I'm ready to start pumping out cards with the mirror on turn 4. I also have Aladdin turn 5 shift to negate his aggression. He sings out a Friends on the Other Side, then he quests, and then he casts another Friends on the Other Side. Yeah, he definitely needs to dig for his own mirror, but I'm pretty happy that he's already played out 4 cards that would have been better as ink for the endgame. On my turn 4, I ink Maleficent since we have a magic mirror, and I use the magic mirror, and I hold Aladdin back since he can shift on turn 5, and of course I want to save him. We even draw a Cauldron, we have some removal, we have a great defense. I mean, we might as well lock up another mirror match victory in the books, right? On my opponent's turn, he goes and inks a Scar. And he drops a blue Maleficent. Bruh. And I'm just like, what is going on? Like, did they change the rules and you can play 3 colors now? Why is this guy on blue purple and not red purple? I'm just so confused right now. So I go ahead and dragon fire her, and I suddenly remember, oh my god, I inked a Maui turn 1, thinking I was against blue purple. And Maui is one of the best cards against blue, because he can take out a Hades or a blue Maleficent and still survive. I got tricked super hard by this guy. So I go ahead and tell my buddy, dude, this guy just completely outplayed me psychologically, because I was like 100% sure he was playing red purple, and now I don't even know what the heck blue purple does, and I don't have a game plan. So yeah, this was a completely bizarre game. I think it was the first time I ever misread my opponent's deck by turn 4, and it happened on my promotion game to Diamond no less. I don't have an immediate answer to his second blue Maleficent, so I just draw a card and Cauldron and pass. I could be prepared or shift Aladdin next turn depending on how he quests. He quests correctly, holding back his 2 small dudes. He knows to play around a shifted Aladdin, and then he drops a magic mirror, so my only advantage in this game is already gone. This is no longer the free win I thought it was, and in fact I'm actually behind. Against blue, I don't ink as aggressively since their Hades and Let It Goes give me ink, so I play more of my cards that would have drawn me cards. I sing out a Friends on the other side with Aladdin, and then I play Be Prepared, and now the game would have been even, but he's up to 5 lore. This game would have looked so different if I had that Maui that I had inked on turn 1. He plays a Robin Hood and gets a card off him. On my turn, I grab a Dragonfire from Cauldron, and I draw some more cards. I need to start drawing into my own threats to contest the board. We do some trading with Dragon Maleficent and Hades, which is basically an uninkable blue version of Dragon Maleficent. And I play Ursula, hoping he'll Hades her, and I can re-wipe the board with a Be Prepared. He just ignores her, and draws a bunch of cards and quests. This at least opens up his Hades to be Aladdin sniped after my Ursula challenges, but unfortunately I'm gonna lose Aladdin to a small Maleficent. I sneak attack Aladdin using the pocket watch from my hand. He kills my Aladdin and Hades my Ursula, and despite him playing blue and me playing red, I'm the one feeling the heat from his growing lore count. I drop a Goofy, which is not that great in this matchup since he has Robin Hoods, but I need some board pressure. My opponent plays Ursula. And then on my turn, I drop Elsa to challenge his lore race and try to control the board back. Again, I have a Be Prepared if things start getting too out of hand, or if he overextends onto the board. I draw Maui with my mirror and get rid of his Mickey with my rushed Elsa. By the way, Maui, I'm sorry for inking your brother earlier. So now this wannabe red-purple control player starts playing his own rooms, but he's getting Hades back into his deck, and I realize how annoying this is. The problem with Hades is that he puts my threats into my inkwell and not back into my banish pile, so I can't even grab threats back with my own rooms. I'm sweating pretty hard at this point. He plays another Maleficent, and the problem with my Maui now is that unless I have Elsa, he's gonna be able to get 3 lore from Maleficent before my Maui gets a challenge, and since he's at 10 lore, it's gonna be extremely dangerous for me. I need to wipe this board, and since I have plenty of ink at this point, I think casting it instead of singing it is better, and I want to get some lore in with Elsa. I play a small Aladdin to contest the board and put him down to 9 lore, but at this point, I'm behind in cards too. Since I just used my board clear, he plays out 3 more dudes and passes. I put out a pocket watch. I play Goofy for board pressure. And with Maui and 2 Be Prepareds in my hand, I'm starting to feel a little better about this game. He quests with everything and he's just going for the throat here. And then he plays 2 more characters. I played 2 Be Prepareds this game, so I think his play is okay if he's banking on the chance that I don't have my 3rd one yet. He's got 8 lore on board, and it's just too uncomfortable for me to go for the Aladdin play here. So I just quested and cleared the board using up my 3rd Be Prepared. And since I've used up 3 of them, on his turn, my opponent comfortably plays 3 more dudes. Luckily, I have the 4th one in my hand. I wasn't sure what to do on my turn between some Elsa play combination or Be Prepared, and I decided he's gotta be running out of gas soon, so I played my 4th and final Be Prepared and wiped the board. I'm 1 ink short of the Elsa Aladdin Pocket Watch combo, so I wanted to hold off on using Elsa until I got to the 16th ink. On my opponent's turn, he plays Mickey and Queen. On my turn, I play Ursula, and I also cast Maui just so I can use my ink efficiently.
Defense!
He Hades my Ursula and plays a broom and quests up to 15. Maui bludgeons his queen, and I cast Aladdin to put a hit on the mouse. I played Ursula here, but the better play here would have been to play Elsa instead, just so I could protect my Aladdin from his broom. That would force him to use Let It Go or Hades on my Aladdin. Ursula here was definitely not the right way to go. My opponent, of course, is playing well, and he capitalizes on my mistake, and he Hades away my Ursula. My opponent has a Mickey, so not only does he not have to trade his broom for Aladdin, he actually goes and profits another Hades back into his deck. So I really blundered that turn by not playing Elsa, and it could easily cost me this game. I then use Maui's and Elsa's to take out the heavy hitters on the board, leaving him with just a broom. Maui and Elsa is a fun interaction that I don't get to use too often in games. Your ink count usually doesn't get too high against other matches other than red-purple control. I then use shield on Maui, otherwise he'd be vulnerable to dying from this incredibly dangerous household cleaning tool. He plays an Ursula and removes my Elsa from the game using Let It Go, which in my opinion should be illegal to use Elsa's own song against her. And now my deck is running dangerously low on answers and threats, and I'm sweating hard once again. Plays more brooms to put Hades back in the deck. I'm now at the mercy of the RNG gods. I pick up an Aladdin off my cauldron for some stall tactics. I cast a fresh Maui to take out his broom. And then I play out my Zeus, just to get some lore threat on board, as blue-purple runs no board wipes like Be Prepared. My opponent, realizing that I've used all 4 of my Be Prepareds, swings in with Ursula up to 17 lore, and then he plays out the rest of his hand. He has +8 on board next turn, so I have no idea how I'm going to get rid of 6 lore, especially with 4 of those characters readied on the board, smelling blood in the water. A Maleficent Dragon isn't enough to remove up to 6 lore, and I only have 1 Elsa left in the deck. So for our next draw, we're going to need to draw that Elsa. I draw Tibbs, and you guys might think this is a useless draw, but I mean, look at him. He's ready to jump into the action. This kitty has faith and determination drawn onto his face. Anyways, we got a cauldron into our outs now. Let's do this, Tibbs. And I cauldron into an Aladdin. I actually forgot about him, and he might be enough. I gotta do some calculations. I gotta kill the Ursula with the Aladdin, and he'll need to team up with Maui. That'll drop my opponent down to 15 lore, but then he'll still have +5 on board. So we're still gonna lose the game. We look back at the Tibbs we just drew, wishing that he had been our solution. But in fact, Tibbs is actually staring right at our solution. Befuddle. A card I haven't inked this whole time, because I'm just so used to playing red-purple mirrors and keeping one in hand, and my mind this entire game was on the purple-red mirror. If I return his Yzma, he'll actually be exactly 1 lore short of winning. We did it. We found a way to live, and it's all thanks to Tibbs. No, Sergeant Tibbs. Give the cat the respect it deserves. Maui pummels the Sea Witch. Our street rat Aladdin evolves into a heroic outlaw, a title well deserves, and puts out the finishing blow on Ursula. We're not inking Sergeant Tibbs this game. He's going straight onto the battlefield to show us our path to victory. We shield our Aladdin from certain death, and our 200 IQ opponent will never even see this coming. We befuddle Yzma for 1 more chance at victory and the diamond rank. Our opponent rudely sends our hero Aladdin into the void and swings in with everything. Of course, he's 1 short. He plays a queen. And now all we need to do is have an answer to the queen. I rip a Maleficent dragon off the top. I see 2 worthless cards underneath with Cauldron. I say goodbye to my Mauis. They survived the zombie broom onslaught earlier in the game just for this moment. We dragon his queen. We go to remove the last broom with our dragon and pocket watch. And we disconnect. No, we're back. We put out our Mickey and prepare for victory. Brave little Taylor, huh? He just sat back in my hand the entire game and waits for everything to die before coming out for the last moments of glory. And he's gone. Well, even if my opponent had drawn 2 removal cards for Mickey and Dragon, Zeus and Tibbs were exactly enough for the final blow. So yeah, that was an unnecessarily dramatic way to get to Diamond, starting from the complete misread of my opponent's deck to coming down to the 1 lore point difference, but it ended up being one of the most mind-boggling games of Lorcana I've ever played. I guess the moral of the video is basically don't celebrate too early, respect the power of 1-drop cards, and never be afraid to have your mind boggled now and then.